everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Angrygeeks. I am Louis Perry, and this is
Sophia Cormier. Dingleberry!
Hey, it's been one hell of a week. What's going on with you? Did you any new unboxing? Did you get any cool stuff? I did. Oh my god! I got yes, but it's in the wash. I got this coolest. Yeah, I got a cool new shirt now.
Ooh,
it's just my style. It's my style. Yes, I got. It's very much Elvis, very much Macho Man. It's got the king on it, not Elvis, but it's got a big ass lion right here, and lion on the back is blue. And then I got another shirt that my pants, the star pants that I got, the black star pants with white. Got a shirt to match it, so I'm gonna be very cool. And our guest, when he starts talking to us, he's probably gonna say, "I know him and his crazy outfits that he wears at the conventions." I probably know that because I am a living cartoon character. I am Elvis Presley, and I am Macho Man live. So what did you get? What did you get, man?
Cat butt gummies.
What? Why?
Because why not?
Oh my god. Cat butt gummies. Are you serious?
Serious. I found them on Amazon.
How do they taste?
Like orange flavored. I'm disappointed though because they're not cat butt shaped. They're just little
Wait a minute. How do you know they don't taste like real cat butt?
Because I already ate one.
You ate a cat butt?
No. They're little like orange gummy discs. I was disappointed. I was hoping they would be shaped.
Okay,
like
well, my thing is, how did you discover cat butt gummies?
So I went on Amazon and I typed in cat butts to see what kind of merch I could find.
Oh my lord!
Are you surprised?
No, not at all. No, I'm not. Sophia, my dear, I am not surprised. Not surprised whatsoever about anything that you do.
Anything that I do or anything that comes out of my mouth.
No, because you are a fantastic co-host and I absolutely love you to death. And speaking of that, next weekend we got an appearance. You're double booked, and I'm very jealous about that. You are going to be cosplay guest at New England Fan Fest 10. I am just a guest at New England Fan Fest 10. We're going to be hanging and banging, man. We're going to be hanging out with professional wrestlers next week.
Say that.
What do you mean?
Said hanging and banging.
That's a wrestling term. It's a wrestling term. Okay, I got to teach you professional wrestling. Yeah, hanging and banging. That's what we used to say. When I was in the ring, that's what we used to say. Hanging and banging. Banging is when you're lifting, and hanging is when you're doing this. So that's hanging and banging.
Okay, I believe you.
Yes, it is. Well, you know what? We're going to ask our guest. So without further ado, you booked this guest. You went high and low. You went everywhere to book this guest because you got the tie-in, man. You got the hookup, especially when it comes to this anime. Sophia, do the honors and please bring in our guest.
Okay. We're going to bring in and welcome Kyle Hebert.
Hey! Kamehameha! Yeah!
I love that hat. Oh my god. That is amazing.
Wait a minute. What the hat say? Because I couldn't see it. What?
Make Gohan great again.
Oh, there you go.
This is something I said for years before Dragon Ball Superhero came out, and now he's great again. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah.
The most badass of badasses.
Okay, let's ask the day-old question first. Superman or Gohan? Who will win?
I think Goku, Gohan, whatevs, because Superman really only has powers on Earth because of this loophole. The Earth Sun does that because everyone on Krypton can't fly and have superpowers, right? I mean,
no.
So and Goku just naturally has that, and Gohan naturally would too, even though he's half Saiyan. So I think they would both put up a tremendous effort. But at the end of the day, especially if he's going to take on Gohan and Gohan transforms into beast mode, bye soups.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I'll give you that. Fair enough. I could I don't agree with
You
it.
broke,
But
you
okay.
broke, you broke his heart. That's his favorite superhero.
I mean, I
know
love
that is.
Superman too. I mean,
Yeah.
but of course I'm a little
Superman 2 is
biased.
one of my favorite movies. I love it.
That's right. God, I'm so old. I saw that in the theater. on
So did
opening day
I.
in 1980.
So yeah, so did I. I seen it in the theater too. You know, it's so funny working with Sophia. Is I would bring stuff up like hanging and banging. Are you a professional wrestling fan?
Somewhat a casual. I know the phrase "hanging and banging."
Oh, okay. So if I say something like that, Sophia totally looks at me, deer in the headlights, and go, "What are you talking about?"
Don't
And
say those things.
you can't do it. I'm like, what? It's a saying. So it's so funny. We were streaming last week because we also video game stream.
Mhm.
And are you familiar with the timeless classic Boogie in the Butt?
Oh,
Boogie in the Butt. That does sound familiar. Yeah.
Okay. I was singing it as we were playing, and Sophia, God bless her, Sophia, was like, "What are you singing?" And I was singing Boogie in the Butt by the great Eddie Murphy. I was singing Boogie in the Butt, and Sophia had no idea.
you're talking about bees in your butt and stuff. I'm like, what are you doing?
Stick a bubble bee in your butt. Stick a big old tree in your butt. Yeah, see,
remember
Kyle knows. Kyle knows. That's a timeless classic.
It wasn't as big a hit song as "Party All the Time."
Exactly.
I love that one.
But it was a hit.
I mean, I'm always talking about butt stuff anyway, so I guess it's not up.
What kind of stream is this? I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about when I'm
butt
streaming.
stuff? Like what? Oh my.
Yeah, my Twitch is a little crazy. Anyway,
what's voice acting? How did you get involved? How did you get involved with one of the biggest franchises of all time? And
luck.
Okay, good.
Talent.
What's it? But besides talent, yes. But what's it like going to conventions and meeting super fans? See what I did there? Meeting super fans and meeting fans that come up to you and going that they can't talk because they are so excited to meet you and because they're so passionate about the characters that you voice. Tell me what that means to you.
Yeah, well, this is year 25, so I can say I've been doing this for a quarter of a century, and it has been a game changer in every sense of the word, because I grew up watching Looney Tunes, right? And I learned about Mel Blanc, and I learned that that's what I wanted to do when I grew up. I wanted to do voiceover for cartoons specifically. Then I grew up, and I got a career doing anime and video games, which is, I'm not slumming at all. This is amazing. I still want to do cartoons so bad, and I've done a little bit, but most of the career, mostly anime and stuff. So actually the crossover happened. I also wanted to be a DJ when I was a kid. So I DJ on the radio. So I got a broadcast degree, University of North Texas, right outside of Dallas. I got an internship at a radio network in Dallas, and that turned into an on-air job as DJ talent. And then while I was at what was then called Radio Disney, I was a kids radio jock. I went from introducing Metallica on a hard rock format to suddenly, hey, here's Britney Spears and all that stuff.
That's
so me and some other DJs, including Kara Edwards, who went on to be Goten and Vidal, we went into an open casting call at Funimation, which is now Crunchyroll. And this was back in the summer of 2000. So, right place, right time. And I was already a Dragon Ball fan. So imagine how cool that would be to be a part of something you're a fan of. And it's your first big break in the career you've been wanting since you were like 8 or 9.
Yes.
Unbelievable. So now let's talk about meeting the fans.
Yes.
The first time, let's go back to the very first appearance that you've ever done.
Yeah. I believe the first one I did as industry was Akon in Dallas. And I had been going to what was then, basically the Comic-Con for Dallas, which was called the Dallas Fantasy Fair. It was sci-fi, fantasy, horror, comics, anime, which back then anime was watching subbed or raw Japanese on 3rd generation VHS copies in the back room of a video room with 3 or 4 awkward fans.
Mhm.
Before the term anime even existed, really. And then suddenly I'm on the other side. I'm not getting autographs and meeting people I'm looking up to. Now I'm the people that people are looking up to and want to get my autograph. So it's like crazy to see both sides of it. And so I was going to conventions. All of a sudden I'm on the number one show on Cartoon Network, and then I'm traveling, going around the country, and then eventually the world, going to conventions, meeting fans. And it doesn't matter what the different cultures are. I've been in the Middle East, I've been in I've been everywhere. And the fandom, the rabid fandom and the passion is exactly the same.
Were you nervous the first time you walked out and said, these people are here for me?
I was just on cloud 9. I was like,
Really?
on Nimbus. Yes.
Oh, love that.
It was so cool. It just felt so amazing and gratifying. And it's like, yes, this is everything I wanted it to be and more. Not only am I getting to do something that I'm passionate about, I get to have all these other great opportunities because of what I do. Now I'm getting to travel places because I couldn't do it on my own dime. The conventions pay for the travel.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so blessed. They pay for the flights and the hotels, and they put you up, and then I can make a living, the signing the autographs and taking the pictures and all that stuff. And it is so cool. And then also I can also meet other people in the industry, which
Right.
has also led to work opportunities or just a chance to say, oh my gosh, hey, I rode next to Brandon Routh, one of the Supermen.
Oh, the nicest guy.
Super sweet guy.
Yes. Oh my God. I worked with Brandon not last year, the year before at Rhode Island Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I've had moments like that, not just at the conventions, but on flights where it's like, who's next to me? Brent Spiner, Data from Star Trek, or John, Q. Sorry, his last name escapes me, but Q from Star Trek. Yeah. And then there's Ron Perlman, there's Hellboy. Oh, there's Peter Weller, there's RoboCop. And I didn't always. I'm still very, actually, believe it or not, shy and introverted. So it's like I could be next to really famous people, and it's like I just want to say hi, but I know they hear that a million times a day, and I don't want to be yet another guy going, "Oh my God, you're awesome."
Right.
So you kind of just wrecked one of our questions. I was going to ask you, have you ever fanboyed out at a convention?
Oh God,
obviously. Who was the biggest fanboy that you fanboyed out on, or who was the biggest one?
Oh gosh, I don't know if it was any just one in particular, because I've been going to so many of these. First world problem. I've been to so many cons that I forget where I've been, what year it was, and all that. But people from all walks of life, different avenues. I've been a fellow guest with Old School Hulk, Lou Ferrigno, and we've had time to actually have conversation and everything. It was very, 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 very cool. Mm-hmm. Get to know Kevin Conroy.
I got to meet him.
Yeah,
such an awesome guy.
Yeah.
I mean, again, because we're Gen X, right, Louis?
Yes.
So we grew up on Adam West.
Yes. Funny story about Kevin Conroy. God bless. He did a bumper for the Angrygeeks, and he said, "This is Kevin Conroy, the voice for Batman. But you bitches should know who I am." He goes, "You're listening to the Angrygeeks," and he took the mic and he said, the way he said it was, he took the mic and he threw it after. He goes, "I'm the voice of Batman, but you bitches should know who I am." Takes the mic and throws it down. I'm laughing. Yes, I will show you the video. You're gonna laugh your ass off. Oh my God. God bless him. He was such a beautiful soul.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. And he was real OG, old school. Mm-hmm. Everyone plays on their phones all the time, but in the green room, he would open an actual newspaper and read the news that way. Yeah. Wow. And other people that I just like, but I did actually meet, and sometimes they come up to me at cons going, "Hey Kyle, how you doing?" Like, oh my God, he remembered. Rob Paulson, Maurice LaMarche, getting to meet the Animaniacs,
Pinky in the Brain,
Jess Harnell, all these people.
Yes.
Tara Strong, going from, oh my gosh, I look up to your stuff, and then suddenly, hey, we're equals, we're con, and and have them follow you on social media. It's like, oh, that's so cool. You know,
Yeah.
Billy West. Another one's like, oh, Ren and Stimpy.
Yes.
All that stuff. Charlie Adler, you know, Cow and Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
So
I wanna
many
meet him.
greats. Yeah. Unbelievable. Jim Cummings.
Okay.
Nice guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So you are living the dream.
I am. Oh my God, I got to pinch myself every day that I'm doing what I love. And I am a fan. I'm not just doing this for a paycheck or whatnot.
Mhm.
It's like,
Mhm.
no, man. I love that I get to do this. It doesn't feel like work, even though it is exhausting, of course, sitting on planes for hours and having your game face on all day long for fans. And by the time the exhibit hall shuts, I'm just like, I just want to go back to the hotel and crash. I just want to Postmate dinner. Because you get to be a certain age, you'll be like, oh, everyone else, all the youngins are just, let's go party, let's go to bars. Like, no, I'll be 56 in June. I'm good.
Yeah, all you want. I just want to go watch television.
Yeah,
Or,
I just want to chill.
I need a Band-Aid this big. Oh, you can't say this big in my bed. That's
And if anyone gets being an introvert, your social battery works the polar opposite of extroverts. Extroverts need to be around people, and that's what fills their tank. Whereas our tank starts and then it depletes as we're around people. And then at the end of the day, it's like my battery's out. I got to recharge. And you're literally and physically just exhausted.
Yes.
Gee, I wish I was like that because it's like, Kyle, you and I just turned 57, believe it or not. And Sophie's like, what? Yes, I just turned 57. And I surround myself like you with my toys. Behind the green screen is a room full of toys. I surround myself with the things that I love. I do this show, I do the convention circuit, I do moderating because it's what I love to do. You know, the TV show, I love to do it. My wife supports it. My family supports it because it keeps me young. So it's just like, Sophia makes this fun. I just want to do this because it's fantastic. And it's like, this is my drug. This is my cake. This is everything.
Your baby.
Yes, it is. It is. And it's, I wouldn't have it any other way. I wish I started this 25 years ago because, dude, I'm like you, man. I'm living the dream. I get to work with people like you and just have fun doing it time and time again.
Yeah, and that becomes more and more important as, you know, the shit show that the world is now politically and socially, and like, oh my God, we need an escape more often.
Yes.
So if we can surround ourselves with people of like minds, you know, the fandom community, there's bad seeds in every walk of life. But outside of that, I have seen much more positivity in fandom than negativity.
Right.
Yeah, they just have a louder voice on Twitter, but you know, whatevs.
Yeah, it's like what you were just saying. It's like me, I can, after day one of a con, I'll go there on day two. I'll go to the green room, check in, find out what the first panel is, and I'll sit in the back, wait for the guests, and I'll be so tired. But once I get the mic and hit the stage, boom, I'm like a ball of, okay, we're going to bring out Kyle Hebert. We're going to do this. Yeah. And just boom. And then afterwards, my voice is shot, and I'm like, thank you very much. Yeah, okay.
You go to the after party for like 2 minutes, and then, boop, you're gone.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Sophia and everybody. Hey, you gonna come to the after party? Yeah, I'm gonna be there. No,
you're like, I'm going. No, you just got here.
It's like, I'm just making a drive by. Hey, everybody. What's
exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. I see a lot of collectibles behind you.
Yeah.
And I see something behind you that makes us some kindred spirits.
Okay.
And first, what do you collect? And then we'll talk about something that caught my eye.
Okay.
What's the biggest thing that you collect?
First and foremost, I collect movies and vinyl records.
Okay.
So I love 4K steelbooks in particular. I love getting vinyl, not necessarily first pressings, but just a little of everything. Like I'm a big rock and metal guy, but I love movie scores, sci-fi, horror, all that sort of thing. So I
Same.
like getting those things.
Nice.
Golly, I'm not normally much of a Funko Pop person, but I love X-Men '97. I love the band Ghost. The Beatles. I wish I'd gotten the vinyl box set when it was out, but I wasn't into vinyl then. So I got the CD box set from a fan years ago.
Really?
And that's out of print. I like having things that not just have monetary value, but also sentimental too, because the collector mindset. It's like I'm not looking to invest and pay for my kids' college or whatever. I do this because I love having that sort of thing.
Exactly. Okay. Yep. All right. I see Kiss back there.
Yes. That was the band that I was all about as a kid in the 70s. And Rock and Roll Over is like my favorite album cover of all time. That and Destroyer. But yeah, I actually made a custom case on my phone.
That looks sick.
Okay.
This stands the test of time. This was 1976, but here we are in 2025. People, it's an attention getter. It's like, wow, that's a cool picture. Like, yeah.
How many times did you see him in concert?
Oh, 5 or 6. I saw him on the Dynasty tour. I saw them on Lick It Up, Animalize, Asylum, and then the Reunion tour, Psycho Circus, and then the End of the Road tour.
I saw him at the End of the Road tour and then the warm-up tour for the End of the Road tour. I only got to see him twice. Okay. They are my favorite band, per se. Yeah. My favorite performer is Elvis. Okay. Favorite performer. Oh, yeah. Favorite performer is Elvis. He's one of my inspirations.
That's cool.
Yeah. Now, if most people, when I say Elvis is part of my own, now you would probably get it. When I say Elvis is one of my inspirations, do you understand where I'm going?
Maybe.
All right. When I say Elvis is one of my inspirations, do you understand where I'm using that term from? Even though, yes, he is an inspiration of me being a performer, just like Macho Man Randy Savage. But I use the term, instead of idol, I say inspiration for Elvis. There's a key. Do you understand?
Okay. Gotcha.
I don't. Sorry.
Kyle, do you get it or no?
You can elaborate. I think I see where you're going, but
his backup singers were the Sweet inspirations.
The Sweet.
Oh, it's just a play on words.
Yeah.
Words. Okay.
So I was more of a Beatles person, but I absolutely did respect what Elvis did and everything. So yeah.
I saw the Kiss stuff and I knew it. I just knew it. Because Kiss in the 70s, they were living superheroes. How they portrayed themselves, comic books, action figures, in a god-awful movie.
Oh, it was terrible, but I saw it when it aired on NBC. I saw it and I was all about it.
Oh my God. Every kid in the world that knew who Kiss was watched that movie, and we loved that and watched it. And we talked about it that Monday in school because that's how cool it was. And because
I remember going to 7-Eleven and seeing the Marvel comic book and getting it, and then seeing that picture of them, all having their blood drawn, and the blood was used in the ink to print the comic book. And they're like, what?
Do you still have it?
No.
So you break into business.
Yeah.
You're doing all these voices. What's the one voice that you want to do that you haven't done yet? What's the one project or one cast that you want to work with?
I think I could die happy being Batman, but I think most actors would say that. It's like, I want to be Batman. I am justice. I am the knight. I'd end up basically doing an impression of Kevin Conroy. And, he is top tier. You can't touch that.
No, I think most people would. The only person that I heard that voiced Batman that did not do an impression of Batman was Brave and the Bold. What? Oh my God, I can't think of his name. I draw a blank. He's from Drew Carey.
Yes.
Yes. Was it Derek? No. You know who it is.
I do, and he's done a lot of cartoon voice, and
he's the only one that he's more in between himself and Adam West.
Sure.
He did not. He's the only one. Everyone else has a twinge of Clint Eastwood and Kevin Conroy in their voice when they do Batman.
Absolutely.
Because he's the GOAT. So I would not see that. But I can definitely see you voicing Superman.
Superman. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you voicing.
Yeah, like a good boisterous, like commanding voice. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I was actually with George Newbern this past weekend in Fan Expo Cleveland, and he did a lot of Justice League and all sorts of. He's not the only Superman, but yeah, it's wild to be in a business where you get to play pretend, and it's even cooler if you are already a fan of the stuff and you get to put your voice to something that maybe you used to read as a kid or something. It's like, what is life?
Right.
All right. Video games. Are you a gamer? Do you
I
play?
am. I call myself a professional button masher because I'm so bad. I can't remember combos to save my life. I play Call of Duty almost nightly, but not because I'm good. I just love it. I find it relaxing. I'll get on with some of my mods from Twitch, or I'll play with subs when I do a Twitch stream, and I just enjoy, zombies or kill confirmed or whatnot. I had an Atari 2600 as a kid, so I remember getting Pac-Man and Asteroids and all that stuff.
Nice.
Back when arcades were a thing.
Oh my, yes. Oh my God. Back then, okay, Kyle, you and I are going to have a conversation right now. Back then, video games were unbeatable.
Right.
Okay, yeah. They were one-armed bandits. That's what they were. You put the quarter in and you go, and you could not beat it. Dragon's Lair, when that game first came out, it was unbeatable. You put it in, and no matter what way the screen flashed for you to go, you hit that joystick. Dirk did not go that way.
It's casinos for kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah. But I dropped. I wish I could total how many quarters over the years I put into like Galaga and Tempest and Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Donkey Kong Jr. Oh my God, so many.
Tempest was a game where I actually burnt my thumb on that dial.
Wow.
Did you ever get a thumb burn?
No.
You're twisting now, Sophia. Have you ever played Tempest? Do you know about that game?
I've heard of the title. I do not know what it is about.
Okay. All right, Kyle. See, I cannot remember if it was 2 buttons or 3, but I know it had a dial, and you had to twist a dial, and your gun, say, was just a hook, and it looked like that, and it went around. Either all the way around or on kind of a, what was that, like a concave?
Okay.
Well, I mean, it just depended. It was different geometric shapes.
Correct.
And from the very center of the shape, things would come at you like 3D-ish.
Oh.
And your job was to scroll around that geometric shape and fire little pellets at the things coming at you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you just had to twist that knob.
Yeah.
And you were going back and forth. And that knob had ridges on it. I think it was made to cut your thumb open. Yeah. And you were just twisting that knob and smashing those buttons because that's what you did back then.
Yeah.
And it just burnt you. Oh. And now it was just awful. Then we had, what about the samurai game? Do you remember the samurai game?
No.
Was it called Ninja?
No. You were a samurai. You walked out, and they had the one boss that nobody can get by. He had like the sickle on a chain, and he cut off your head. It was a 2D scroller. I cannot remember what the game was called, but the guy came out and he just swung this thing around, cut off your head. No one can get by that either. It was just video games. They were just
Oh yeah, and I went through the years. You know, I used to go to the arcades, and then I got the Atari, and then Nintendo came along, and I never had a GameCube, but I think I skipped a few generations of that. But then I got a Sega Dreamcast, and that was the first time I had the internet.
Oh, you were one of the 20 people?
I was one of the 20 people, and I loved Dreamcast.
Really?
It had a DSL dial-up modem attached to it, so that was the first internet I had in my house. I never could afford a computer, so I was like, "Oh, cool! I can surf the net. I can hook the keyboard to the Dreamcast, and like, ooh, this is fun."
Because I still want to meet one of the 5 people for the Sega Saturns.
Yeah, I never had that.
No, because there was only 5 people. Do you remember when that commercial came out? They looked so freaking cool, but who bought it?
I mean, we had a Sega Saturn.
Oh, you're one of the 4.
You're one of the 5. Oh, really?
There has to be more than that. What?
Did you play it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was like Panzer Dragon or something, and Clockwork Knights.
That's got to be the only game that came out for it.
Were you playing Sonic on there?
I played Sonic on my Sega Genesis.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
Video game character that you would like to voice that you have.
Character. Oh God, who would I like to voice? Jeez, I don't know. Getting to be Ryu in Street Fighter is pretty awesome. I don't know. It's tough because I see it as I'm just happy to work. So if they can give me a character and have it be like really playable and really make an impact. So like I'm in Sonic, but I'm not a playable character. Big the Cat. You know, a lot of people don't like Big the Cat, but I sure do. I think he's a cool looking character.
All right. So would you like to be in a game like let's use a playable character? Would you like to be in a game like Sonic, or would you like to be in a game like Call of Duty or God of War or Red Dead Redemption? Something with a long-lasting story.
Any one of those AAAs, absolutely. Now, be careful what you wish for, because if you're in something like Call of Duty or anything that requires a lot of screaming, you're going to blow your voice out.
Okay.
And you'll be like, "Oh God, what did I sign up for?"
Okay.
And anyone who's worked on Call of Duty will tell you, it's like, "Oh God, my voice was so trashed."
No.
Okay, but like another type, like a Resident Evil or a Gears of War or Red Dead, you're not actually screaming, but that's got to take a lot out of you as well, especially emotionally, correct?
Yeah. Well, I would think it would be amazing to have something with like the great story and emotional arc of something like The Last of Us. You know, Troy Baker's an incredible actor, and to have something like that, not only to do the voice, but for the mocap and do everything for that would be cool. Because what I'm used to in working in games is short little sentences, short little taunts, so like the answer lies in the heart of battle, as opposed to a back and forth,
like a dialogue
and having emotional resonance and all that. I haven't really ever gotten to do that. So I could, whatever. It doesn't have to be those franchises.
Sophia, start a petition now.
Yeah, please, nice, hire me.
Yes, definitely, for sure. For sure. Do you have any upcoming projects that you would like to talk about, or you can't? Yes or no?
And usually par for the course is we sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreements. So we can't talk about Fight Club and all that stuff.
But you are excited about it.
I am. I am very blessed to keep working and work on projects. Some are new, some are returning. And as soon as they come out, or I have the go ahead from the studios, then I can do a social media blast and promote away. But of course, right now we've got this strike going on with the union. So in solidarity, whether it's union or not, a lot of people are tending to stay away from games that are made by studios that are being struck right now. And the strike, for those watching or listening right now, the strike is all about AI protections for actors. Especially voice actors, because AI cloning software and training the algorithm, they could hire you once Or they could take the years of audio they already have archived on hard drives and train the machine and never pay you again.
That's
and
sad.
we're trying to say, hey guys, we love doing this for you. Not only is AI stealing our work, but AI is throwing in a subpar performance. It sounds robotic, and the fans are using social media, and hopefully the companies are hearing it, the studios, the developers, and everything. It's like, no one wants to play algorithms. We want organic performances for anime, for games, for movies, for all of our entertainment. We don't want it spoon-fed by a robot.
No,
Right,
definitely not.
right.
Yeah.
Because it's not emotional.
No.
Well, it's also scary because you don't know what these bots could potentially make it sound like you are saying, and you never said it either. That's scary.
I saw an ad on TikTok, and someone had to tag me because I didn't see it on my scroll, but someone tagged me, and it was an ad for some sort of inane product, something every sort of everyday boring thing, but they took footage from one of the Dragon Ball games, and they had my voice saying, "This is Gohan from Dragon Ball. You ever have a so-and-so and so-so? Well, I say you should get this product." And I didn't say any of that.
Wow.
I was never hired.
It
feels so invasive.
Yeah. It's like, that's not right. Not cool.
And I think a lot of fans aren't necessarily coming at it from like, I'm going to do what I want and screw those actors. No, I mean, it's like, I get it. It's fun. It's a toy. Okay, type in the prompt and you can suddenly have SpongeBob say something and totally offensive. Ha, 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 ha. But boy, how do you prove that you didn't say that?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
it's like, I didn't say it.
Right. And AI, some people think very naively that, oh yeah, it's just affecting artists and musicians. That's not what I do for a living. Yeah, what if you get a call one day and you think it's your mom or your dad or your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever? I'm in jail. I need you to wire me money. You've just been scammed.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's scary.
Yeah.
It is.
There's even a company out there that's taking old recordings from videos and doing AI models of deceased relatives. That's like,
wait, what?
Is that mentally healthy? To sit there and pretend like your dead uncle is still alive and you're just having a conversation with him?
No, that's
morbid. Hey, with that, we're gonna take a break and pay some bills. We'll be right back. Okay, hey, once again, question of the week brought to you by Alternate Universe LLC. And hey, Milford, Sophia, we're going to be there. When are we going to be there?
April 12th on my birthday.
On your birthday. I'm so excited. You're coming to the Geek Lair. You're going to be here, surrounded by the toys, surrounded by the light. Everything.
Dingleberry.
Yes, you're going to dingleberry. You're not going to dingleberry a damn thing in this collection room. You'll be lucky if you touch anything. And then we're going to go down. We're going to hang out with Eric. And hey, Eric, just like Stan Lee back in the day, and Kyle will know exactly what I'm talking about, he will mail your comics flat. If you can't make it to Milford, if you can't make it to New Haven, and you live in New Haven, not New Haven. You live in New Haven, go to New Haven. But if you live in New Hampshire, you live anywhere, Eric will mail you those comics flat, just like Stan Lee used to do back in the day. Kyle, we're going to have a repeat question. We're going to have a new question. A repeat question because I kind of like this question from a couple weeks ago. But we're going to do question number 1 first.
Okay.
Question number 1. What video game would you play for the rest of your life? Now, if you had to choose one video game to play, what video game would that be for the rest of your life?
I would do Call of Duty because it gives me peace. It's a great way to wind down my day. I thoroughly enjoy it, whether I'm putting on the headset or blasting on a Sonos bar and getting immersed in that, or listening to a podcast or chatting with friends on Discord, casually sitting there going through. I just love Call of Duty. Not that I'm good at it, but I just enjoy it.
What's your choice of weapon?
I like assault rifles the best, actually. Unless, like, for zombies, I find that shotguns are fantastic.
Oh, okay. Sophia!
Yes.
What video game would you play for the rest of your life?
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Not
Okay.
Zelda, because I saw the Triforce logo.
Oh, I do love Zelda. Yeah.
All right. I would have to say Red Dead. Red Dead 2 right now. Because I'm on my 4th time playing it through, and I could spend hours just riding through
Into the
the
sunset.
valleys. Huh?
Riding into the sunset.
Yeah, I can, because I'm a huge Lone Ranger fan too, Clayton Moore. I could just ride through the canyons, get off my horse, go fish. Even I don't like to fish in real life. I don't like doing any of the stuff that I do in the game, but I like to do it in the game, and I love hunting down the outlaws. I love the bounty hunting part because it brings me back to the Lone Ranger. I would say definitely Red Dead. So
it's funny that you say Red Dead, because turns out I'm in Red Dead 2 as an NPC, and I don't remember recording it. Because these big companies will hire actors, and they don't even tell you what the name of the game is. They only tell you what you need to know for the context of the scene you're in. So it's like, I don't remember doing a Western game or anything. It's like I'm just townsfolk, I guess. But the dialogue is so generic that it didn't occur to me. Years later, someone did a screen cap of the credits, and sure enough, I'm in Red Dead 2.
Oh, snap. You're going to have to find him.
Yeah, I will. What do you remember what you said? Because I can...
God, no. No, because, God, it's at least a decade.
Hold on. Oh, you were the guy coming out of the bank. Arthur bumps into him, and Arthur goes, "Hey there, mister." And you say, "God, no. I know that
guy." That's awesome.
It's that would have been a great excuse to have a Southern accent, and I am from the South, so it's like, but I never get to play into that. It's like, hey, how y'all doing, man? I'm from Dallas, and I don't remember ever getting to use a Southern accent on anything.
Oh, that should have told you. What the heck?
So it's just so it's one of the townsfolk?
I believe so. You're
gonna go look now.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Let me know when you find him.
Oh, I will email you. I will find you, because right now I'm at my 4th or 5th time playing through the game. I'm at high honor. Once the credit goes through, I'll see what it says, and then I will find that clip and I will email it to you.
Find that clip, because
I will.
Credits, especially if you're background or additional voices, it's not going to say Kyle Hebert, townsfolk. It's just going to say names.
Right.
Yeah, well, it may break it down as per gang. If you were or town, it may. If it'll say Old Driscoll's, Mumphrey Brood, Lemoyne Raiders, Town of Strawberry, Town of Valentine, Town of Rhodes, or Saint Denis. If it breaks it down, I'll be able to do detective work and find out what each of the town folks say.
There you go.
And then I can say, okay, well, it's definitely not the chick's voice. It could be that.
I have a wide range of voices, but
it's not the dog. It could be the bank teller. I don't know. Okay, next question. I loved this question a couple weeks ago. Sophia, you already answered this, but you can feel free to answer it once again. I want to hear Kyle's question for this. You could create a time. What time is it? You could create a time. What time is it?
Okay, so I need some clarification. A time.
Such
period,
as no, it's such as it's time to make the donuts. It's Vader time. It's hammer time. Kyle can create a time. What kind of time is it?
Horror time. I'm a big horror movie fan.
Really?
And some horror fans are very, they like one kind of subgenre. It's like, I only like slashers. I like all kinds. I like slashers. I like gore for gore's sake. I like psychological. I like disturbing. I like thriller. I like all sorts of things. So I go all over the gamut. I love old school Exorcist 1973. I love old school Chainsaw Massacre 74, I guess. And then modern things like Hereditary. I love Skinamarink. It's kind of a love-hate thing. Skinamarink is very...
I never even heard of it.
It's an analog
You sound like me now.
horror. It's more of an experience than a story per se, but it's like set in the 80s in a house where these little kids, a little brother and sister, basically lose their dad. And it totally replicates the fear you had as a little kid in your house, not knowing, if you're Gen X, right? So you remember what it was like, what you could see things in the ceiling or the hallway, and you're not sure if it's really there or not. And it just plays with your mind. And so it's a vibe. It goes on a little too long, but it would work better probably as a short film. But because I like it, took a chance, something a little, it doesn't always work. But they took a swing, and I give hats off to people that do something experimental and different. I haven't seen Presence yet, but I heard that that's kind of a cool take, because that is shot from the perspective of the spirit that is haunting a house.
Okay. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, right?
Hey, we got to take another break for our sponsor, CH Square Collectibles. And when we come right back, Sophia is going to disappoint me once again with another trivia question. We'll be right back.
It's now time for Quiz with Quimcell. That was interesting.
All right, it's Quiz with Quinzel. I'm going to ask a trivia question, and you have to answer correctly.
Okay.
Okay. The question this week is: in the Dragon Ball franchise, what is the strongest transformation that Gohan achieves?
I would say Beast.
I'm agreeing with our guest.
There you go.
Every week you give us the easiest answers. Why?
Because
what?
I don't know.
I don't know. You sound like Stuart. I don't know. Look what I can do.
Oh my God. Look what I can
do. Kyle, how many times at your table at a convention does a fan come up to you and say, I can do a voice? And they tend to do a voice. Sometimes they knock it out of the park, and sometimes you're like, how do you come across by going, how do you...
I always try to be supportive, because they're putting themselves out there. And there's people that go to cons that are super introverted or shy, and maybe don't even come up to the table, and they'll tell me afterwards on Instagram or something, I passed by, but I was too shy to come by and say hi. I say, oh, you should have. I just have a cool job. I pay bills, I poop and pee like anyone else. It's like, no, there's no reason to put me on a pedestal at all. I'm so grateful when people come up and say, hey, I'm interested in what you do. You helped inspire me to want to be a voice actor. Hey, I do a great Vegeta impression. It's like, by all means, please. Whether it's good or not, that's not the point. The point is you put yourself out there. You took a chance. Again, taking those swing. It may not always work, but hey, not everyone does that. Some people always wonder what if. And this is a kind of a bigger picture thing too. When people are just like, should I try to be a voice actor? I don't know. I'm so shy, and I don't do. You come up with reasons not to try. It's like, no. Throw that out. Take an acting class. See what it does for you. It may not work. Who cares? But at least you tried. You could take an experience and turn it positive. So, no, someone coming up to a voice actor and doing an impression of a voice doesn't mean they're going to suddenly become a voice actor. Chances are no, because voice matching is kind of doing an impression, but that's such a niche, sort of tiny little part of the voiceover spectrum of work. That's why we say doing impressions, that's not a thing. It's not going to get you an agent. It's not going to get you on an audition list. You have to bring something to the table. So to be a voice actor is not just having a good voice. It's not just doing wacky, great impressions. Those roles are cast. So
Yeah.
How do you take things to the next level? Well, you take classes, you learn what you're good at. You don't have to be good at everything. A good acting coach will help you find what your strengths are, and that's what you focus on. And then when you're ready to do a demo, the demo will showcase the best of what you have to offer as an actor.
That's great advice. What was the best advice that you've gotten?
I got it from my agent's husband, who is no longer alive, but his name was Jack Angel. And he said, treat the audition as the job, because it's so competitive that 9 times out of 10, or maybe 1 or 2 out of 100 auditions you read for, you might book. And it becomes very frustrating. And it's like, oh my God, I keep trying and trying and trying. It's nothing. I mean, just like me here in LA since 2005, I've not landed some big Looney Tunes role or a big Disney role or whatever. And that's what I want. I want cartoon stuff. I want to be in the same room as the whole cast recording. I've not gotten to do that on a big level where I'm a big character and all that stuff. So I have all these goals. So Jack said, go in there, have fun. It's out of your control. All you can bring to the table is the best you can in the moment for the direction and in doing the audition, then send it off and then say, hey, what'd you do today? I had fun. I got to be a so-and-so. It's like, no, okay, I didn't get paid for it, but I got to pretend I got paid for it. You treat the audition like the job.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, putting it out to the universe, your dream is going to come true and you're going to get that cartoon job. You are one amazing individual, and I feel you and I have a lot in common. Please tell everyone, first, thank you so much for spending this time with us. We're about out of time. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. You are amazing. I cannot wait to see you at a convention again. Please tell everyone where they can find you on your social media so they can follow you and where they can see you next, where they can hear your voice. And dude, thank you once again.
Hey, thanks for having me. You can find me at Kyle Hebert, Hebert, not Herbert, Kylehebert, Kyle Hebert. And I'm that on Twitter and Instagram, and on Facebook and TikTok, I'm Kyle Hebert VO, as well as YouTube. On Twitch, I'm Gohan with your own bad self, all one word, all lowercase. I'm particularly proud of that name. Until Toye gives me a cease and desist, but it's like I get buried in the algorithm anyway. So,
Sophia, tell everyone where they can find your lovely self, your business, and where they can find us every Monday night.
You can find me at Sophia Cormier on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Blue Sky, Cameo.
I forget about that.
Yeah.
You can find my sign company, Brushstroke Sign Design, on the same apps. And then you can find us and also the same apps and the Angrygeeks.com.
Hey, I'm Louis Perry. And you know what? Not only are you going to find Sophia and I at New England Fan Fest 10, you're going to find us at Alternate Universe LLC on Sophia's birthday. But on April 29th, that's right, I am going to be special guest on the River 193.1, as I am going to be the referee special guest for Nerd Wars. That's right. Make sure if you're in the Western Mass area, if you're in New England, that's right, brother, tune in and listen to me as I'm in there with the morning crew talking about Nerd Wars. Yeah, I'm going to be talking about, not about fruits and vegetables, no. I'm going to be talking about Thunderbolts, yeah. I'm going to try and get Sophia to come down and hang out at the radio station with me. So, yeah, dig it. That's right, baby. Hey, we're going to talk to you guys next week. Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour. Sophia and I are funky like a monkey, and we're hanging out. Yeah, too hot to handle and too cold to hold. We are the Angry Geek Show. I'm one cool devil. She's one sweet angel, and we bring podcasting to a whole new level. Dig it.